everyone. Our topic for today is about justice and fairness, promoting the common good. John Rawls. John Rawls is one of the important political philosophers during 20th century. His main work is A Theory of Justice, published in year 1971. He received his academic training at Princeton University and became a philosophy professor at Harvard University. Rawls proposes justice as fairness as an ethical framework. This framework focuses on how justice should be distributed that would yield fairness for those who have more and those who have less. The term fairness refers not to equality but as equity.
John Rawls has in mind about an ideal and just society where there is justice, but in different philosophical nuances. Justice is the first virtue of a social institution, and therefore it is expected that he would always think of a society exercising justice, in which a common view about a just society is that every member treats each other in a just way. So how did Rawls expose that idea? He simply understands justice as fairness, and his idea is different from Plato, in which the latter speaks of justice as every member of the society acts harmoniously according to assigned roles. Rawls' justice is very much emphasized in taking into consideration the interests of every member of the society. Before he speaks what is a just society, he would first lay the foundation of a social order. Just like any political philosophers, he would consider order as first things first. He would talk about social order where there are rules and sanctions that put social affairs into places. He would underscore that rules in social order should be construed as our moral obligation to obey. Rules are there for us to obey and follow for the sake of social order. Rawls has his theory beginning in the original position. He wants to put things in place where it creates a favorable condition for justice to exist. It is an imaginary idea to speak about this position, but it is important and the basis of justifying his belief. There are different theories of justice, and Rawls speaks of justice as distributive. The meaning of distributive justice is that everyone in the society has to share both the burden and the benefit of whatever the society offers. If one enjoys the benefits offered to them, one has to also accept the burden. Nobody enjoys only benefits without taking the burden or purely burden without taking the benefit.
Egalitarian distributive justice. As egalitarian, one is concerned with a just distribution in terms of receiving an equal share. This means there is equality. So equality in here is giving all the rest equally. There are two kinds of distributive justice under egalitarianism on the level of state or governmental distributions. First, political egalitarianism where legal rights of every citizen are equally observed. Example, the right of suffrage where people in the age of 18 and above can vote, either rich or poor, young or old. Second, economic egalitarianism where the distribution of socio-economic goods is equally observed. The socio-economic goods refer to those basic necessities like foods, clothing, and shelters. Another example is the establishment of the minimum wage law, where every employee is entitled to a just wage in terms of the lowest possible wage that can receive from doing legal work according to the law agreed by the government. So, for capitalist distributive justice, as a capitalist, one is concerned with a just distribution in terms of receiving one share according to how much one contributes to the overall success of the goals of the institution where one is employed. In here, what you give is what you get. If you work more, you get more. If you work less, you get less. Also, no work means no money and no pay.
Socialist distributive justice. Socialist is
refers to any system in which is production and distribution of goods and service is shared responsibility for group of people. A socialist one is concerned with a just distribution in terms of what's needed. We individuals have various needs in our life. In order to meet these needs, we need to work hard according to the amount of our needs. Distributive justice involves people evaluations of the fairness of the allocation of desirable outcomes across people. In this influential summary of distributive justice, distinguish three basic principles that people endorse as fair depending on the particular social goals that are relevant to a particular relationship or social context.
The state of citizen responsibility to each other and principle of taxation, inclusive growth. All taxes reduce economic efficiency and create distortion, but good tax policy minimize these effects. The tax system should not hinder the jurisdiction economic goals such as economic growth, capital formation, and international competitiveness. The goal of principle of economic growth is efficiency is minimized by tax system that is allied with economic principle and goals of the jurisdiction imposing the tax. Economic growth and efficiency are implied by tax rules that favor particular industry for investment, thereby causing capital of labor flows to such areas from reason not supported by economic factors. Such action can potentially harm other industry and investment. The tax gap is the difference between taxes that are voluntarily paid.
The role of economics and inclusive growth. Economics is focused on the scarce resources that every member of society is facing. The role of the economics is to come up with a plan on how to produce then abundantly so that can enjoy and benefit from it. This is an example of inequality in economic growth. According to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, or OECD, whose mission to provide policies that will improve the economics and social being of the people around the world. The goal of every economic growth is to increase the production of scarce resources so that every people's well-being shall be sustained. From the micro level, which is the economic growth from regional, national, and international level, down to micro level, which is economic growth from the personal level that addresses their aspiration, capabilities, productivities, and opportunities. In short, economic growth is under inclusive growth.
We back up, Rawls, run your neck up. You know your song is not trying to check us. Papa X feel like you Malcolm. I'm in a relationship with all my bitches, yeah. I need to cut some of them off, I need help. I got some bad things I want to myself. Gotta take the time to cut them off, I need help. I know how to make the girl go crazy when you treat her like your number one baby.